What's up, guys? I got a reel review for you. Daiwa Alpha's Finesse Custom 105 HL. This is a JDM reel. Got this from Japan about 6 months ago. Been fishing it pretty hard. They've got a couple models of the Alphas out here. There's a new one that's got the SV spool. And then there's several older models. This one here is specifically designed for light line. It's got a shallow spool. Let's run down the specs on here. It's got a 6:8:1 gear ratio. It's cranking in 26.4 inches. It's got 6 bearings. The reel weighs 6.7 ounces. It's got 8.8 pounds of drag, and the line capacity 8 pounds. It holds 109 yards, and 10 pounds 82 yards. So this is primarily a light line reel. It's great for weightless plastics, anything you'd be throwing on light tackle. You notice I actually have it on a medium heavy rod. Which is not exactly the standard rod you might see it paired with, but this 13 Fishing Omen Black Series rod, it actually throws weightless plastics very well. So it works for what I do, which I throw weightless Senkos, and then I throw them with a little 1/8 ounce weight. So handles it very well. It's got a smooth drag. I wasn't sure how I was going to like these grips initially, but I actually really like them. You've seen a lot of the higher end Daiwa reels. They have a different style grip. This is, I guess, a grip you've seen on some of their, I guess, kind of middle of the road combo reels. But I actually really like these grips. They're nice. So, they're not the cork grips or anything fancy, but, it's a good grip. I like the brake knob on it. It's got the same Daiwa braking system. I believe it's Mag Force Z, I think is what they call it. It's pretty standard, easy to adjust. It's got a lot of little adjustments in there that you can dial in to exactly what you're throwing. One thing I will say about the line, it works good with Light Fluorocarbon. I tried using braid a little bit. It didn't work quite as well with braid. Was getting a few more backlashes, but for whatever reason I put on some P-line Fluoroclear, and it just casted like a dream, so I was stuck with that. And that's kind of what you go for with a lot of weightless and that type of presentation. You usually throw in Light Fluorocarbon to get the best action. Right now I've actually got 10-pound Fluoroclear, which is probably about the heaviest line you'd want to put on a reel like this. There are guys that throw 6-pound and even 4-pound. I throw just real small, little weightless, little plastics. But as you can tell, I'm kind of at the top of the spectrum. I've got, I use a little 1/8 ounce weight. I throw Texas rig Senkos and 10-pound Fluoroclear. And it works very well with this reel. And then, as I mentioned before, not the the typical rod for this type of reel, but it works really well. I don't have any problem throwing weightless anything with this combo. So that, and if you want to find a casting rod that's kind of set up for one of these little shallow spool reels with kind of a light finesse application, they're kind of hard to find. There's not a whole lot of choices out there. So I just took a rod that I had and had used for other stuff, and it works really well with it. I'm sure there's some guys that might criticize me for that, but yeah, I catch a lot of fish with it, so it's working. And as I mentioned before, the Senko, it's kind of my go-to Senko rod if I'm looking for kind of I guess a light Senko combo. I have another one I throw into a little bit of heavier cover, but I actually use this one more. I actually kind of like throwing Senkos on that 10-pound Fluoroclear, and it works great. It's a great little reel. You'll have to order it from Japan, but you can get them for a pretty decent price, and it's a great reel. Definitely check it out, and I hope this review was helpful. Here's the packaging for it. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to get from some of that right there. Everything's in Japanese, and of course they use everything's in meters, but I was able to find those specs converted to what we're used to over here in America. But it's a great reel. Daiwa always puts out a quality product, and it's if you're looking to get into some JDM stuff, this is a great reel. It won't break the bank. A lot of their stuff can be upwards of $400 or $500. You can get this reel, in the 200 range. 200 to 250. You can find this reel, and it's a great workhorse reel. I've enjoyed it very much. Get some last close-ups of it there. See Finesse Custom right there on the front. There's your Alphas 105 HL. And it's just it's a beautiful little reel, and it works great. Check it out.